What is up, YouTube? I'm USMC Vet, and we're live. Wait for a second to get a few people in here. We got splotty service this morning. It's raining, and being so far out in the cut in the middle of no man's land, the internet is done by cellular technology, and cellular technology doesn't work out here very often. We had a good week last week because it actually worked. So, if you guys and gals seen that, thanks for watching. Today I was going to do a walkthrough for people of a garden service that you can use. But I don't think the internet's going to be cooperative today. So on today's Dredge Report at 9:30 a.m., stocks fight the virus. So stocks are up and down and all around. Flight attendant working at LAX, Los Angeles International, test positive. So Lord only knows people she came in contact with, right? ABC News suspends veteran correspondent after Veritas sting. That's good news. All these other countries are telling their people to wear masks. Morning, sir. Morning, Mr. Stinger. You should have a link to come in. Internet's spotty this morning, so you may or may not be receiving me. All right. Mr. Stinger's in the house.
Let the party commence.
So what's going on?
Waking up.
Did you get them jumping jacks in this morning?
Oh, dude, I got my peeing and I got my own self dressed this morning.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That's about the speed I'm at right now.
Well, I posted up on my Instagram my breakfast this morning that I haven't finished, but it's Kodiak protein oatmeal, and I made 3 farm fresh eggs with farm fresh frozen well, it's farm fresh frozen spinach leaves, but that's my breakfast this morning. So everything but the oatmeal, so in house.
Nice. Yeah, I still wish I could go back and have the chickens. I wish I could have gotten that part.
I mean, you can't beat the eggs. There's just nothing. And I hate eggs.
Oh, yeah?
I hate them. That's why I mix them. I'll mix them with hot sauce. Just because being, working out and strongman or just even bodybuilding. I'm not a bodybuilder, but strongman, it requires you to intake so much protein. So on some of my workout routines, I have to eat upwards of 6 to 8 eggs a morning.
Mm.
And now you can imagine how eggs don't,
No, I know all about eggs because doing the keto thing, that's like one of the things I can eat that I actually don't mind. I mean, I'm starting to mind it.
Right. After 3 years of eating fucking a dozen of them for breakfast, it tends to get bold. I was just running through the Drudge Report. People are saying the Pope is sick with the virus.
Well, he's got it. We're all dude.
I thought he was immune to all that.
I thought he was Jesus Christ here walking on earth for us. That's why they can change the rules of the Bible on a whim.
No, I'm not Catholic, so. everybody's So I read a pretty interesting comment today on my Twitter feed. Was somebody said, well, if North Korea is wearing masks and South Korea is wearing masks and everybody else is wearing masks, why the hell are we not wearing masks in America? But it makes sense, though, right? Because they cause panic here if they said, "Oh yeah, everybody wear masks." Everybody's buying the shit out of them.
People don't give a shit. A lot of people don't give a shit. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to pop out and come right back.
Okay. Another one dead in Washington. Nursing home fears mount with the spread of. Oh, sorry, I forgot that. I got to add you back. No funny, sorry.
Yeah. No problem.
Anxiety amongst health workers mounts. Wall Street prepares to possibly shut down the trading floor so they don't spread the virus over top the trading floor. Grocers prepare. That's what you need to be worried about. If they start rationing foods, then you're screwed. You're at the mercy of the man then. A lot of people don't remember it. Like, I obviously wasn't the era either, but think about how people had food rations and gas rations and stuff. Like, come on now. That wasn't that long ago. That was in the 50s, right? 40s, 50s?
Oh, the gas rationing was in the 70s.
Well, originally it was during the war, around the Great Depression and stuff.
I don't know if there was gas during the war. I know that they were doing nylon and they needed copper and even nickel a little bit because, like, the U.S. nickel, doing some research lately on coins, the 1943, 1942 nickels are like partially silver. Not a big amount, but they replaced the nickel content with silver. It's like 40% silver.
Yeah, I have lists of like a printout of all the stuff that over the years that like I was to look for, like some of the state's quarters. I have In God We Rust because the mold had too much grease in it, and so instead of saying In God We Rust,
yeah, I had that coin, but I didn't think I had that coin because I could still see the T. It was just faint, and so I was like, "Oh, it's not one." But now looking back on it, no, that was one. I'm like, damn it, I had one. Oh well.
Panic buying hits New York City, and the Chinese officials are ordered to cover up the actual numbers.
Wow. New York City, huh? It's flooding. All them people calling the people in the middle that prepare for shit Hicks. Now look at them all scramble like ants, trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do.
Well, you think they would have learned from the hurricane that hit them. You know?
Yeah.
Power was out. You can't hear me chewing, can you?
No, not really.
Okay. Don't want to gross people out with that ASMR bullshit.
I swear I'm going to make a video called AMSR, and it's just going to be me shooting.
The sound of freedom.
Yeah. Something like that.
That's what I would call it. Let freedom ring or something.
Right. Ooh, steel targets? Hell yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm telling you, I would love to get some steel targets. I've been looking for at least, like one silhouette just to take out to the desert with me. If it's just one and it's on a stand, it won't be so bad, I suppose. Just shooting at cardboard boxes with a paper plate taped to it, it's not as fun.
Yeah. Nothing like watching. Well, it's a really good learning experience, too, because if you buy AR-500 armor and you don't get it buildup coat or coated, you can watch when the bullet hits, it splatters out on the AR-500 steel. So just imagine that doing the same thing on your chest.
Yeah, that's why they coat it with that like bed liner. So
yeah, people's like, I don't need that spall protection shit. Okay.
All right. You don't need your arms. All right, I get you.
This is what you need to be worried about coming right here.
Yeah. I think I'd be worried about everything, to be honest. Like, if I could bulletproof my entire body, I would. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't want you to hit nothing, let alone my vitals. But, I mean.
Yeah, I definitely want adamantium.
There you go.
I will definitely. They came out with a new movie. Like, they robbed Ultimate. What is it called? Ultimate Soldier. What was the one that had Van Damme in it? He was like the ultimate soldier.
Universal Soldier?
Yeah.
Universal Soldier.
So now they came out with one that Vin Diesel's in. They brought him back. I told my wife, I was like, that's a reboot of Universal Soldier 1 and 2. I was like, they just take soldiers and turn them into zombies, basically. Immortal.
Mindless machines. Wow, that's a throwback. I haven't even thought about that movie in like 20 years.
I hadn't either until I've seen that Vin Diesel version.
Yeah, I haven't. Is that a new thing? I haven't watched the trailer or nothing for it.
I just seen it on the she wanted to watch The Walking Dead, and we watched The Walking Dead, and it was on there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot that's back on. We gotta watch that. That's like the one show we kind of still watch it, even though that's going like woman power like crazy right now.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it took a deep turn last night, so you should probably watch it.
Yeah, hush now. I don't want no spoilers. I get it for free, so I don't feel bad for, like if I was paying for it. If I was paying for it, I'd be pissed. But I ain't paying for it. Sorry to get us way off topic.
No problem. I was going to do a walkthrough, but I'm having so much trouble with the internet today.
Well, you seem to be coming in pretty good for me, man. Maybe try it, I guess.
I'm bootlegging off my phone. I'm broadcasting. What do they call it? Hotspot. Yeah. What's them kids call it these days? Hotspot. I mean, because we live so far out that the internet is it's run off a cell phone signal. And if you put the cell phone in a certain place, like I have a dry box outside of my garage that I can set my cell phone, turn it on a hotspot, and use it. But the regular internet is the same way. Like it's outside, got an outside antenna. But now they're saying that the virus may have spread undetected for 6 weeks in the U.S. and that the CDC is racing to catch up. Interesting.
It is.
Well, I mean, they don't know. Like I said, if it could be on packages, come on now. They said it could take 9 days.
Yeah, if it can last on surfaces that aren't stainless steel that long, man, we're all screwed. There ain't no, unless you're a billionaire and you're paranoid as fuck, you gonna die.
Well, it only takes one mailman to sneeze on a box of packages that has it. You know what I'm saying? Or a mail woman. You don't want to leave women out.
Yeah. Male person, I think they want to be called now because it could be unbinary.
Yeah, I don't believe in that shit. That's not in my code of ethics, so do not get up there.
Uh-oh, we're getting controversial now.
Get down. Bro, I put food down.
Huh?
One of my attack kitties is coming up here. You can get up here and be on camera, but you can't get on the computer there, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. They know they're not supposed to be up on the countertop, so he's inching his way up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see him or not.
Right on.
It's interesting though. He has my government name initials in his fur.
I always love that shit. Like our dog, Roxy. The reason why she was named Roxy was, well, my daughter is a big fan of the movie Chicago, and when we got the dog, we got her as a puppy, and on her nose was a little birth, wasn't really a mark, but it was just a pattern around her nose that looked like a heart. And so, yeah, my daughter's like, we should call it Roxy Heart. Like, okay.
He's being sketchy this morning. I don't know. He just probably wants my eggs and spinach. He has a tooth infection, so we had to deal with that. But
ouch. That's the hard part about owning pets, man. I hate that part.
Oh, I want to say they're not pets, but essentially we rescue them because we have a farm.
Yeah.
I mean, a few of them I consider pets, but most of them are just barn cats because people want to dispose of them, so they take them to the shelter, and the lady at the shelter has nothing to do with them, so she can't get rid of them, so she'll fix them and then give them to me, and then I just let them run loose in the barn. They're phenomenal mousers, though. Like the one girl, Kitty, she will not let you touch her. She's beautiful. She's like orange, black, and gray. It's actually this guy's sister, and but she'll catch him and bring him to you, even though she doesn't want to be touched. She'll catch him and then come up and she'll be like, meow, and show him to you and drop him and then run away.
Nice.
But it's this little guy's sister.
Yeah, you froze up, and you froze up on the YouTubes too, so I can't see anything.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
Your videos froze up.
Let me see if I can refresh her here. No, I don't think you're gonna. Can you hear me now? Can you see me now?
I can still hear you. I'm not seeing you yet.
Yeah, we're cutting out. So
yeah, that's fine. As long as I can hear you, it's good.
Yeah, you're a green screen now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, like it's completely green.
Dude, I have a big ass head. I got these headphones, these gaming headphones. Yesterday we were out going through pawn stores, man. It was a fun time, it's like the first time I've gone to a whole bunch of pawn stores just because I wanted to look around, not because I had to pawn something.
Right. It's always good.
Yeah, and I caught, a couple of deals, which is cool when you can go into a pawn store and you know a little bit of what you're doing and talking them down a little bit, and all of a sudden you're making money. And I got these. I've been wanting to get some gaming headsets anyway, and I saw these are Turtle Beach, and they're pretty good for what they are. They're brand new. I think they're $60. So they're not like the highest end headphones, but I got them for like 15. They were asking 20. I got them to knock it down to 15. I was pretty happy about that. But
well, yeah, they probably paid what, $2 for them in pawn.
Well, yeah, she had a check, right? She didn't haggle with me. She's like, let me check, and then she went to I don't remember if it was a computer or a book or whatever, but she had to go look it up. How much they bought it for or whatever. But I thought that was kind of funny. Garden planter walkthrough, man. I hope when he comes back, I hope we can do this. Hope we can do this garden planting thing, man.
Yeah, I can't. It kicked me out and I came back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, you're still green though, so it's gonna be one of those days.
Yeah, how are we going to do this? Because I think this is a very good topic. I really want to go through the garden planter walkthrough, dude, because I know I need it. I need it bad.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't really do anything about it. Am I froze up on YouTube?
You're a black screen on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm afraid to do anything because I'm afraid it's going to slow down the latency.
Yeah. And I don't think I know I can't screen share on here. I think it's only the host that can screen share, so that sucks. The only thing I can do is hold up another device.
Yeah.
And try not to be too shaky.
Well, you're back now. You're not green anymore.
Well, that's good. You see my headphones?
Yeah.
I got a big noggin, man. You see how I'm stretching them out?
Oh
my God.
My extra large hat is stretched to capacity.
Right.
But you can't see
You know what they say? You know what they say about big head?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
Small
sir.
truck. I got a big truck, too.
Yeah. Sitting on some 54s with 22-inch rims.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. I have been thinking about doing that to my F-150, because it's already pretty tall. I need to get either a leveling kit or a 6-inch lift, put on some big old wheels. Told the wife it's necessary. I have a small penis. It's mandatory. I don't really want to do it, but that's the way it goes. That's the way you have to do it.
Yeah, that's what my wife said too. She's like, she always comments about people that get. She's like, yeah, this dude's got the little man complex. Get out of a huge truck.
See, it's expected.
Yeah,
I can't disappoint.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This sucks. I was going to do a walkthrough of Mother Earth News. They also have a YouTube channel now, I think. But like I said, I can't use anything, or I'm going to slow. That's the joys of also living off. Some people say off grid, but I don't live
out
off
in
grid.
The sticks.
Yeah.
Yep. I lived off grid and also out in the sticks. And I remember very clearly the challenges of running a chat. It was a challenge. But it was also rewarding at the same time, so I want to change it.
Did you hear my grandmother yelling at the dog?
Yeah. Oh, I need some of this. Yeah. You in there masturbating?
Yeah, what was it? She said, are you doing porn?
Yeah, doing porn.
Yeah.
I guess, is that shooting porn or watching porn?
I don't know. That was funny as shit, though. She's like, are you doing porn? No, Grandma, I'm not doing. I wouldn't open the fucking door if I was doing porn.
Are you doing the pot?
Yeah, do it. Yeah. I took 6 injections of the marijuana.
Right. That's hilarious.
Yeah, she'll crack you up. You just don't even know.
Right.
She's full of funny stuff.
Well, what do you want to talk about today then? If we're not able to do the garden planner walkthrough, I mean, we can talk a few things. You got any thoughts?
Well, what do you want to? You tell me.
What
do you want to know? And we can talk about that.
Dude, I don't know.
Stinger guided.
That's the problem, right? You don't know what you don't know.
Right, but I mean, if there's any questions you have that maybe that. Let's see. I have plenty of material to cover.
Talk about the challenges of living off grid and farming for yourself.
Huh?
You guys should talk about the challenges of living off grid that people don't think about.
Oh, yeah, the challenges of living off grid that people don't normally think about, like Wi-Fi.
Like internet.
Like, yeah. Dude, there was no internet out there, right? The only way we could have internet out there was through a satellite, like through DirecTV, or there was another one too. It can do satellite internet, right? It's expensive as all hell, first of all. And second of all, it's supposed to get you internet anywhere in the air, anywhere out in the sticks in the United States of America. Unless you live in Ash Fork, Arizona, where the service is spotty at best. Like, everybody around the United States is getting this high speed internet, and here I'm getting like 2 or 3 megs down, paying the same price as somebody who's getting like a gig. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then they're like, oh, yeah, well, this is a known issue in your area that we're trying to fix. We hope to get it fixed in a year or two. I ain't paying. I am not paying for high-speed internet satellite and not get what I'm getting, what I'm paying for.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead, we just used this. We actually had better cell service than we did on the satellite. So we just used our hotspots on our phone, and that's how we had to do it the whole time, man.
Yeah, that's the way it is here. Like, that's why I haven't done a whole lot of, videos, because it's realistically, I have to wait till I go into town to upload them. And then if I'm not in town long enough, or getting up good signal in there, then you're
Yeah, luckily I didn't really have to do that too much. Uploading a video, was not too bad, because it could pause. As long as you had the window open, it would continue when it got more signal or whatever. So it kind of sucked. It would take a lot longer to upload a video out there than it did here. And I was making vlog videos, which were pretty hella long. I think it was like 15, 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Now, I was going down to the Phoenix area a couple times a week, so that was always a great thing. If I did that, it was going to be easy. But we were thinking about getting on Verizon while we were out there, because we still had kind of spotty service even on the cell phone. But people with Verizon were really clear, and they were, watching TV and surfing the internet on their computers, using their hotspot on their phone. So it was tempting at the time. We never did. We're on Verizon now that we live back in the city. But yeah, that was one of the challenges. The other challenge for me was that we lived 5 miles into a very off-road. Well, it was a dirt road, but it was not maintained very well at all, and very bumpy, which I don't do good in bumps because I'm a big dude, and every time the car jiggles, so do I. It's that whole Newton's law, equal and opposite reactions.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I couldn't. That was like the worst thing. And every time you get to the paved road, it was just like the angels opened, the heavens opened up and the angels started singing. Like, thank God we're out of that.
Getting stuck on that road, having it flood.
Oh, yeah. When it would rain, it was all mud. And so it would wash away, it would flood. And we almost got stuck a couple times in that. Excuse me. But
I think that's really good points. But as far as me, my main concern is animals. Like, I have to, like, we don't have trash pickup. Well, we do now. We had to pay. We had to pay.
Coming and eating plants.
What? She's coming. She's coming. She could be on this topic for sure. What?
Damn crows aren't afraid of anything and coming and eating the plants even after you fence it off.
Yeah, so we had rabbit issues with our garden, right? So we fenced it off, and then after that, the crows came and like, we'll still eat it. And they weren't scared of nothing, dude. I'd go out there and I had to literally be 5 or 6 feet away from them before they'd even give a fuck. Yeah.
And people don't understand. Like, let's take the kids to school in the morning and stuff. I have to. I usually stop at a gas station and get my paper and all that good stuff, which most people don't read anymore, right? Papers.
Yeah.
But, I get my newspaper and stuff, and so the lady always, I'm in there pretty regularly. So the lady's always like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" She tells me about her morning. She's an old lady. She's like a grandma, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I had to dispatch some coyotes because they killed 21 of my chickens." And she's like, "Really?" She's like, "Well, what do you do with them?" I was like, "Well, I dispatch them, I shoot them, and then the other coyotes eat them. And if they don't, the buzzards will." And she's like, "Oh my, they'll eat their own?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're a bad nuisance, So
yeah.
So that ensued, and she's like, "You have to shoot them?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean they're brazen. They're brazen."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had coyotes when I was a kid when I was living south of Phoenix in Maricopa, and we had coyotes up there. Luckily, we didn't have any livestock at the time, so they kind of left us quite a bit alone. But I did see them, while driving in and out of the driveway quite a few times. And I don't mind shooting a coyote, no matter what. But usually when we would shoot coyotes as a kid, my mom would skin them and tan them. She didn't do a good job because she's not a tanner, but she did a decent job skinning. They came out really, really stiff,
Mm-hmm.
So they were. It's kind of funny when you hold it up and it just like planking straight up.
So she just salt cured them?
Yeah, I believe so. It's been a long time, but I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. There's ways to do it to make it supple leather, but I mean, I don't know.
She thought she was going to sell them and stuff, but she probably couldn't find anybody that would want to buy it because it wasn't supple. It was stiff as all hell.
Yeah.
But I don't remember because at the time I was a kid, I didn't give a crap about that shit.
Worried about them video games and doing that porn on the internet.
Hey, no. When I was a kid, I was worried about saving that princess that was in another tower, bro. I mean, come on. This is in the mid '80s.
I was making reference to my grandma, though.
Oh yeah.
You doing that porn? Are you doing that porn on there right now?
Oh man, porn was a quest back then.
Oh yeah, because everything was a GIF, like what the little bitty GIFs. You could like see a nipple maybe or something. Oh
no, that was in the '90s, right? And that was when it was a picture, not a video, and it was just one still picture, and you had to sit there and wait for the damn thing to load, and it would creep down the screen slowly like this. You're like, oh, we're getting close to the breast. I mean, but back in the '80s, man, you had to know somebody who had a dirty old man and then knew where his stash was.
Yeah, where the Playboys are.
Yeah, and then you would walk like 2 miles to go check this shit out, and then get there, and half the pages are stuck together. I don't know. People nowadays got it way too easy. I would not want to be a kid in today's. I mean, that was fun. That was an adventure. That was getting out of the house and doing something. Not really productive, but
every once in a while I'd be walking to school and find a page tore out of one, and some wife found their husband's stash, and there'd be a piece of the filth thrown out the window or something.
Yeah, so get this. My dad had gotten some dirty magazines, right? And my mom found them and immediately blamed my sister. She's older than I am by like 3 years, right? So at the time she's like 12 or 13 years old. So she's going up and complaining to my sister, "Why are you bringing this filth into my house?" My sister's response was, "If I wanted to see that, I'd just get naked and look in the mirror. It ain't mine." So she finds out it's my dad's. Of course, he's in trouble. Later on, when I get caught having porn, my mom paints clothes on them and then puts them exactly back where she found them, so that I don't know about her. So the next time I go to jerk off or whatever, I'm going, and she's an artist, so she's a good painter too. And she's got all these different designs of clothes, not just your basic clothes. No, she went to like a Sears catalog and did different designs of clothing. Trying to pick it off. Come on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When my mother found mine, she took them to my dad and slapped him with them. She's like, "It's like, you want to look at these before I throw them away? Huh? How you want to look at these too before I throw them away?" Oh man, it was epic. Like I was not even in that much trouble. Like, but it was like she expected my dad to like want to look at them
while she's throwing them away.
Yeah, like she's like, "You better not dig these out of the trash. You want to look. You want to look at them before I throw them away." I was just like, just the way she said it.
Maybe how nasty are you that you would, not only you're nasty for looking at them in the first place, but now if you look at them, you're going through the trash, which is like extra nasty, I guess.
I don't know. She was hilarious.
I think women who don't like their men looking at porn are unrealistic. So
Yeah, but they weren't even my dad's. You know, they were like, they were mine. And she was smacking him with them. She was like smacking him in the head. You want to look at him too before I throw him away?
That's hilarious. See, I don't know why my mom didn't blame me. I mean, I was younger, right? I was probably like 9 or 8 years old, but to blame the daughter, like that's a stretch. I mean, her and my sister never got along, and me and my dad had a struggle relationship. So, I mean, my dad and my sister were, the clique, and me and my mom were a clique.
Yeah.
And it was always these two cliques versus the other.
Love you.
Love you too.
Mamacita off to work.
Yeah. She got to go make that dollar, especially after I spent a whole bunch this weekend.
Oh, I thought you were spending your yard sale proceeds.
Well, we did that too. But dude, I mean, I spent like $140 on that silver that I shared with you, and then $15 on this. I mean, I guess technically we spent our yard sale because that's about what we made, I think. I don't know. It's a dilemma because I don't really know what I want to do, if I want to hold on to it or flip it.
Yeah, I mean, if you could flip it, that's the only problem I get with numeristic coins. Like, is the fact that it may be worth something today, but then tomorrow they found 50 of them. You know.
Oh no, exactly. I was explaining that to my wife, right? Because when I was a kid, I loved collecting baseball cards. Oh, that was my retirement fund. And I worked at a flea market. I went to this flea market every weekend, and I kept talking to the baseball card guy, and eventually he let me work for him for a few bucks. I don't remember how much. It wasn't very much money. And basically, I never even saw that money because I just got baseball cards with it immediately every weekend. And I was always looking for that big score, right? And this was in late 80s, and that was one of the things in the yard sales. I got box of not really even gone through cards from like 88, 86, 87, stuff like that. And I had found a few cards here and there that were worth some money, and I had sold them at the time. I think the most valuable card I ever found in a pack was like $50. But I never bought, like, there were cards back then that were worth $200, but I would never go out and buy that card. I would always try to find that card, right?
Right.
Because buying that card, yeah, maybe the price goes up, maybe it doesn't. And now looking back on it, I'm glad I never did buy one of those cards because, yeah, baseball cards, man, that's not a great thing to be making money with. And I wish I had that same passion I did for cards back then, but with gold and silver. Because at least that is always going to have that silver or gold price. And that's where I get hung up, right? But I do like the collectability. I loved collecting baseball cards. I love collecting old stuff that is valuable. The only problem is that it is a risk, for one, and for two, I don't usually know that much about it. Oh, hey, what's up, Saints? Excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't mute that. So now I have these collectible ones, and I really rather have the silver value out of them because I paid like more than double what the silver value is worth. I bought, I told you even, I bought 9 ounces worth of, I spent 9 ounces worth of silver money.
Yeah.
But I came out with 3 ounces worth of silver.
Right.
There's something wrong with that.
But when you get into grading, though, you're spending. It depends on how the quantity of coins you send in to be graded, though. You could spend upwards of $30, $32, $35, per coin just to be graded and slabbed like that. So, I mean, I think you did good.
Yeah, I think I did all right because, as I said, when I was there, I was looking on the bullion stores and seeing how much they would charge to sell it to me. And first of all, they didn't have the 86 in stock. so I don't know if that means anything or not. But when I'm seeing that they're selling for, I think it was $67, and I'm only buying it for 50. No, they're selling it on the website. What was it, 60? Was it 70? I forget now. I think it was like $66 or $67, and I bought it for $46. I mean, that's $20 right there.
Right.
And I got two of them that are $20 more on the website than what I paid for them, and the other one was like $10 more than what I paid for it. So technically, I made $50, maybe. But at the same time, I do think that it's cool to have something that's been graded. The same thing for baseball cards, right? You could get baseball cards graded, but why do it for something that's not expensive?
Right.
So I never had a graded baseball card. I never bought one. Always thought about it, and that would be cool, but never did it. And now I have these, which, I don't know. maybe I did. I think I did good, but at the same time, I don't really want to flip them because that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, though, you'll always have the silver content in them. So, I mean, even if I learned that a long time ago because I used to have the baseball cards that were in the screw down cases, and I had like Bo Jackson's rookie card and stuff, and they're still, but they're probably not worth anything, but they were back then.
Oh, yeah, the one with Bo with the football pads and the baseball bat.
Yep.
Dude, I love, and it was like one of the first ones ever where it was turned sideways and it was borderless.
Yeah.
Right? I was blown away. I was like, what is this design? Yeah, I had one of those. Those were nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have some I had complete sets because that's what I asked for Christmas, like I was since I could remember when I bought baseball cards. I was like, that's all I want is a $25 complete set of 1984 Donruss baseball cards.
I always thought about doing that, but they were always a little bit out of my price range, yeah. Especially in 91 with the upper deck because of the Ken Griffey Jr. thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have that card, I'm sure. I have the complete Jose Canseco collection because he was my idol, man. He was my idol.
Oh man, I don't think we've ever talked about this. Growing up in Arizona, we didn't have a baseball team, so we had to be fans of other teams. And my freaking team was the Oakland Athletics, bro.
Yeah,
the Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
we had Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Ricky Henderson. Man, it was like, oh, I love that crap.
And Todd Van Poppel was the pimp pitcher.
Yeah, hell yeah. Man, that was the one thing, right? I had Jose Canseco's rookie. I had Mark McGuire's rookie. I had, a lot of Ricky Henderson. I don't remember if I had his rookie or not, but dude, that was my team, and I collected the hell out of all of those cards.
I met him. Our baseball team went to a Louisville Cardinals game and to watch Ozzie Canseco, Jose's little brother, play. Yeah. And Jose Canseco was in the damn stands, and he came up and shook my hand. I was like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, my. Yeah, I would have been the same way. That's crazy.
I got a signed card of Ozzie and Jose, but it's on Ozzie's card, so, But right. it meant more to me than just because I met him,
Yeah.
He was the epitome of struggle. He came from essentially a third world country because he's from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And he made it big up here. He's not really a third world country, but he came from nothing from Puerto Rico and then made something for himself. Both of them did, So
just takes a little bit of steroids, right?
And that was fine though, because back then they didn't care, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, ultimately, it's probably hurt him in the long run now, but
yeah. It's kind of sad, growing up like that. And then, of course, when I first heard about that, I was like, oh, man, come on. When your heroes disappoint you.
Well, what disappointed me the most and why I quit watching baseball altogether was when they won the World Series and he took his Ferrari and hit T-boned his wife's car on purpose.
Oh, jeez, really?
And, he I don't know what the deal was, if it was roid rage or what, but yeah, after that, I was like, this is not that's not the person I want to be like. But I still have all of his stuff. I still have all of his cards. I have it was kind of homo back then, I guess, because everybody always like, "Oh, you're gay." But I have the one where he's like wearing blue jeans and no t-shirt, and he's swinging the bat. Like I have all of his
shirtless
cards.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, why you with that gay card?" I'm like, "It's not a gay card. It's Jose Canseco." I like almost getting fights over that.
Right. Yeah. It's not like I'm jerking off to it for crying out loud.
Yeah. No.
Back then, though, that was like the ultimate thing. They wanted to prove that anybody was gay. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It was so not tolerant.
Oh, I mean, my uncle, he's a, I guess you'd say he's non-binary. I don't know. He has a husband, and
Okay.
like, but growing up, I never knew. Like it wasn't broadcast. Like it wasn't a big. Like I tell you, I have a diverse family. Man, I got a diverse family. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Apparently.
Oh man, because people's like somebody will talk trash to me. And I'm like, man, I got a gay uncle. My third great grandmother was black as tar, and I'm like, you can't say anything because I'm like so diverse. I grew up in Florida and I was the only Q-tip in the bunch. So leave me alone.
All right.
It's just funny. And my wife's like, how do you like? She's like, you could just go from like, you could talk to country people, you could talk to gangsters, you could talk to, I mean, I've grown up around them, I mean, farming in Florida was fruits and vegetables, and then in Indiana and Kentucky and Tennessee, like we have Native American family in Cherokee, North Carolina. We have a big burial site out there. I mean, a really diverse background. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I grew up around a lot of Navajo, in Arizona, but I'm not related to any. Some of them are cool, some of them are not. I saw my first transgendered Indian though. That was memorable.
So my first time ever experiencing a hooker was in California.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was naive. I was naive. I think I was 18 or maybe 19. I was stationed out there. I just gotten accepted and went through my training to be a Marine Raider. And so me and my one of my buddies, he's my brother, did the Marine Corps, but I still call him my brother. So we're really close. And he takes me out to Oceanside. And so we're out at Oceanside checking out all the stuff. I wanted to go see where Top Gun was filmed, where he goes to the house on the beach. So we went there out in Oceanside and checked out the house. But there's actual blacktop roads. They just covered them with sand at the time to film the movie. So it looked like it was out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And so we're walking back through town, we're chilling, got the high and retarded haircut and stuff. And then I'm like, whoa, this chick stops. And she's on a bicycle, got a short mini skirt on, like leathers. And she's like, hey, big boy, what are you doing? And I was like, whoo. And my brother's like, no. He's like grabbing me. I'm like, nah, she's talking to me, player. I'm a pimp. He goes, no. You don't want that. He goes, I promise you don't want that. And I was like, yeah.
They sure know how to sweet talk you, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, he just kept on. And I was like, so finally I was like, all right, I got to go with him. I'm like, I'll talk to you later or something. He's like, he gets me in, he dragged me in the store. He's like, hooker, bro. I'm like, what? I was like, no, surely not. He's like, oh yeah, they're always selling it out here. He's like, they just don't drive around looking like that. I was like, well, I always heard sun-kissed skin out here, baby. Everybody dresses like that.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah. That's hilarious. We had plenty of hookers out here, and you could tell because they were also dressed the same, but they're mostly on one street down here in Phoenix. But never really grew up around it. What really surprised me when I was driving truck is lot lizards.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing, but for truckers, right? And I had never experienced them because I wasn't a trucker before I was a trucker, obviously, right? So I'm team driving with my wife, which probably was a good thing. But at this time, right, we're at a truck stop. Wife's in the back, getting dressed or or still sleeping. I don't know. It was early morning, and I was in front doing something. I don't remember, probably looking at my log books or something. And yeah, this lady comes up and starts asking me if I need the cab cleaned.
Right.
And I didn't get it. I didn't know. Right? I'm like thinking, well, I don't know. Do I need my cab cleaned? What would you even charge to do that? And is this a thing around here? Not knowing that, she's double speaking.
Right.
Because I don't catch double speak very well. Obviously, you probably noticed a few times you're trying to give me hints, like,
right.
And I'm like oblivious. I have no freaking clue.
Right.
But yeah, that was my first ever lot lizard. It was hilarious. I'm like, no, I'm okay. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I think that was a lot lizard.
Yeah, I learned that early on too, because when I travel across the United States to different places to do training or something, like I actually had the no lot lizard sticker on my car because I would park at truck stops so I could sleep. But
well, it's funny. What also was interesting to me is, and I didn't know this was a thing, is they get on the CBs and they start talking over the air.
Yeah.
Advertising their shit.
Yeah.
Like openly advertising their shit. Like, leave your lights on if you want to have a little company tonight. I'm like, holy crap.
Oh yeah, I was all into this, Citizens Citizens Band and all that stuff, but I knew what it was because like I had it was a white square sticker and had a lizard in it and had a red circle with a hatchback through it. And it was right displayed on my thing, on my car.
Yeah,
it was good stuff. It was a good time, man. But there's like just a lot of things that you don't. Like I would have never thought, because I was always under the impression, since I grew up watching Snoop Dogg and Dre and Easy and all them just kicking it. Everybody out there looked like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You watch rappers' videos and not everybody.
Yeah, I'm thinking you go to the beach, man, and this is where it's at. Everybody's dressed like that. I even went to Crenshaw and Slauson on a Friday night to see all the lowriders and stuff, but they weren't there. And we walked into I took me, Herrera, and another one of my buddies, and we went out there, right? And so I was the only white dude there, obviously, but we go to this restaurant. I forget if it was like a KFC or something, but we walk in and there's a fucking bulletproof glass, like legit. Like there's a tunnel that goes back into where the employees work, and then it led out to you. But if they opened the door on the inside and put your food in there and didn't close it, you couldn't get it, right? So this was a big debacle because, you think you could have shot this window with the RPG and it would not have happened, you know what I'm saying? But out in the lobby, there ain't nothing but a piece of glass, like cheap glass, So we get our food, and there's this triple OG gangster dude. He's not a gangster. He's just OG, triple OG, He's sitting out there, white hair and stuff. He's like, boy, do you know where you're at? I said, yes, sir, I know where I'm at. He goes, are you sure? I was like, yes, sir. I was like, I'm stationed over at El Toro over here. And he's like, you know where you're at and what night it is, right? And I'm like, yes, sir. Yeah, I'm fine. He's like, just the way he said it, he's like, all right. He goes, just want to let you know. And I'll never forget that.
The random white people that walk through, like, yeah, you can't be here.
Well, at the time I was wearing a red, white, and blue shirt, so it was like I represent every gangbanger, so. Oh,
back in the day, yeah, because that was the thing, right? Supposedly it was just if you wore a red bandana, blue bandana, but everybody thought, no, you can't have nothing that has red or nothing that has blue, or they're gonna definitely go after your ass.
But I was disappointed. It was not what I like. No, I see a few dope ass rides and some pretty cool stuff, but I didn't. It wasn't the extravagant that I thought it was going to be. Now you go to the beach. There's some scantily clad, beautiful ladies out there, but it wasn't like it was played up to be on the rap video. So now, if I could have went and hung out with Snoop and Dre and all them, that might have been a different story. But I didn't have the invite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not in the know, and they only do that whole stuff when they're making a video usually anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. Like, it was a good experience. I got to go see a lot of stuff. I went and seen Phantom of the Opera.
We go from the hood
Yeah.
to Phantom of the Opera, man. You got a wide range.
Yeah, see, I told you I'm a diverse creature, man. I'm a diverse creature.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll explain that just quickly. At the time, I was dating a ballerina. And so she was very sophisticated. And I went to many wine and cheese parties and stuff like that. So her I think her dad maybe was a director. I'm not 100% certain, but I know her grandparents were the old people that died on the Titanic in the movie. The old people that went down with the boat kissing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the old couple. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I was privy to all these wine. Like, I would show up and I would be, I thought I was dressed nice, my Ralph Lauren polo and all that stuff, and people was wearing Versace and Louis Vuitton and shit that you wouldn't like. Patent leather, I guess, is what it's called, like the shiny leather looking stuff, like it almost looks glass. That was like the big thing then, and I was like, "Uh-oh, got a message?"
Yeah, a message.
Did you get a message?
No, I did not. That's not my message notifications.
Oh, is that mine? But yeah, like
That's
I had a good time out there. Let's see what I got. Torbit.
That's cool, man. Now it'd be a hell of a story if you met Snoop Dogg at one of these events.
I did meet Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh yeah, me too. I've actually met that motherfucker.
I was at my girlfriend's jewelry shop. She worked in a custom jewelry shop, and he had a 1 pound gold basketball and chain custom made with his number on it.
Shit.
And I just happened to stop in there to bring her lunch, and so I roll through the door, and here he comes in, and he's like ducks down, like I was like, oh my god! I was like, I've only seen you in basketball cards, and she just started laughing at me. She's like, shut up. He shook my hand, dude, and I was just so impressed. He was like, he was so huge. Oh, it keeps telling me that that's what it is. 8 weeks to planting in my current zone, so that means all the seeds I have that are 8 weeks out need to be planted today. So we did talk about something gardening.
Yeah. Well, before I came on, you were too a little bit, and then you froze up. And if we can't see what you're doing, then I guess
right.
That's the only reason I'm okay with us talking about other shit.
Yeah.
Because I usually try to keep on topic so that I don't screw up your chat, but today, I mean, if we can't see what you're walking through, yes.
Yeah, so I got to meet him. I got to meet Shaquille O'Neal.
That's cool.
See who else. And like, he was really cool. He was like, "What's up, little man?" And I was like, "Bro, I didn't like that." I was like, "You realize where I work at, right?" You know what I do for a living, right, Shaq?
I ain't no little man.
Don't make me climb up you.
Be my phone, motherfucker. Here I come.
Well, because like you gotta stay strong in front of your girl. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
that's hilarious. I met a few over the years when I was working for Subway near downtown. Every once in a while, I would get a couple Phoenix Suns that would come in. Mm-hmm. One of the ones that I never met, like the really famous ones, like Charles Barkley or KJ, which is Kevin Johnson. Mm-hmm. But I did meet Cedric Ceballos, who nobody really knows of right now. But back in the early 90s with the dunk competitions, if you remember the dunk competitions, he came in first for doing a blindfolded dunk. He blindfolded himself at mid-court or at half-court and slammed the ball while being blindfolded.
That's awesome.
And at the time, that was badass, right? Because he had counted out the steps. He knew exactly how many steps he had to take or, runs he had to take. And then, I mean, that to me was just like, so I was very excited to meet him. I met Shaq briefly, not nearly as cool of an interaction as you did. But yeah, there was a few. That was pretty cool. I've met Alice Cooper because he lives out here. He has a bar out here, so that was kind of neat. But that's about all the celebrities I've ever met.
I got to meet the Undertaker. We were at the
nice.
Whenever I lived in Florida still, we were at the doctor's office, and my dad was always my original my sperm donor father. He was always watching WWE at the time. I think it was WWE at the time.
It was WWF at the time, and then they
WWF.
changed it to WWE. Yeah.
Okay, so we watched it. Yeah. He watched it all the time, and I looked over him. I was like, I kept looking back and forth, and I was like, Dad's like, yeah, that's him. And I was like, he stood up, and I was like, holy crap! Like, cause this guy,
all of a sudden in your head, you're hearing the. Boom.
I'm 7, and I'm like, is he gonna sit up? I was like, I wanted to ask him, can you sit up? He's like, what's up, little man? And rubbed my head when he went back to the doctor. I was like,
well, you get called little man a lot.
Yeah, I was 8. I was 8 then.
All right.
But in all fairness, Shaquille O'Neal is like fucking 9 foot tall, and it's
he calls everybody little man.
I have lunchbox for hands. Like I have the largest hands, man. Like people comment about how big my hands are and how like firm my grip is. But like, yo, Shaq, no, bro, no. It was like like the Burger King commercial with the big Whopper, and that was me, bro. That was me.
You look like a kid trying to get a Happy Meal.
Yeah. All right, so it's been an hour with thumbs up, thumbs down, bitches, moans, complaints. Leave them in the comment section below. Sorry it didn't work out today. Poor rain, Shane. Maybe we'll have another one tomorrow that'll work out. But thanks for watching.
I hope so. Yeah.
See you guys later, and gals.